Looks good. Alright. Okay. Science. Yeah. Hello guys, Eric here, and I broke my Nexus 6P. It was my trusty phone, and I kept it on me for over a year with absolutely no problem. And I absolutely loved it, and now I'm using the Galaxy S8. But between those two phones, I used this. So, should you even bother buying this $300 phone? This is the ZTE Axon 7 Mini, and it's pretty good. But let's start off with the hardware. It comes in this nice metal unibody design, and I really like it. The antenna bands actually look pretty good on the silver variant. However, on the gold variant, which I also have, they don't look as good in my humble opinion. You notice a couple things when you check out the back of the phone. The first of which, for me, was that curve. It makes it very ergonomic and easy to hold in the hand, with the nice edges easily fitting into the palm of my hand. The fingerprint sensor is also very fast, but not as fast as some of the flagships out right now, such as the iPhone 7 Plus or my Nexus 6P even. But it's still very good for a budget phone, and I'm glad it's there. On top of that, you'll have the camera, and camera performance on this is definitely nothing special. It's right what you'd expect to have for a budget phone. This struggles in low light, and overall taking too many photos while an object is moving too quickly could be really difficult. I would definitely not consider this camera to be competitive. However, for basic social media usage, I think it's totally fine, and I wouldn't worry too much because the person who's buying this phone probably isn't too much of a shutterbug. When you flip it over to the front, you get dual front-firing speakers, which is amazing to see on a budget phone, especially because now that I'm on my Galaxy S8, I really do miss these bad boys. They sound really good, and consuming media with these is honestly amazing. The front-facing camera is also there, and while it looks a little weird with that speaker grill, I think that it performs alright for what it needs to do, and you'll just be sort of glad that it's there. There's also a notification LED, which is something that isn't as common in phones as it should be, and again, I'm glad that these are different features that ZTE thought to put in a budget phone. Turn on that display and you'll notice a couple of different things. A, the colors are really good, and maybe that's just because my eye isn't particularly trained for it, but I'll spend hours and hours looking at this display, and honestly, I just love consuming media on it. It's obviously not as good as something like my Galaxy S8, but for a budget phone, I still think it's extremely competitive. And those hours and hours I spend looking at this phone, I typically have these glasses on, which you have probably noticed by now. These are from a company called Felix Gray, and they're not sponsoring this video. I just wanted to tell you guys about these awesome glasses. This video is not sponsored by Felix Gray, however, I do want to let you guys know that I've been using these for about a month or so, and they're absolutely amazing. They look great, and overall, they really allow me to focus on my work, using my phone or my computer for hours and hours. So if you're in need for some computer glasses, I highly recommend these. They come in a bunch of different styles for just about anybody out there. So check them out in the link below. Once you turn on that display, you get into the ZTE operating system. Their skinned version of Android is fairly simplistic, and honestly, I don't see why they bothered skinning it, but it's there. There are some welcome things that I actually enjoy in this OS, such as the frequently used settings panels in your settings menu, which is very easy to get to exactly what you need. There's also a button that allows you to hide your navigation bar, which allows the screen to look a little bit bigger, which is great that comes on the phone right out of the box. The ZTE Axon 7 Mini is currently running Android Nougat and just recently got this update, and it's really great. It performs very well, and I'm glad that it's available on a budget phone. It's fairly straightforward, and I'm not going to really applaud it or talk too much more about it, but if you're an average consumer, you'll find it to be absolutely great, and if you're looking for a budget phone, while it definitely isn't the most useful skin on earth, it is by no means distracting or slows down the operating system or performance at all. And when it comes to performance, this phone is pretty good. Now, for a budget phone, you're obviously not going to be wanting to do anything too intensive. Games such as Bullet Force or other graphically intensive games aren't really as good on this phone as they might be on a flagship. However, for your day-to-day sort of fun, casual gaming, this is really great, and I really love using it. There's really not much more to say about this phone. It's straightforward, it's vanilla, it's easy, and overall, I can consider this to be one of the best budget phones you can buy. It was a pleasure using this for a month, and while I absolutely love using my flagships, I feel like this is a really underrated phone that a lot of people could take a look at and purchase. In the meantime, be sure to check out these glasses below as well as the phone. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, drop me a comment down below why you didn't. It's been a minute since I made a video. This is Eric, and I have more videos coming your way.